What's up? Welcome back to the At the Buzzer podcast. I'm DC and I'm here with
G Money.
Colin.
It's been a while, man. A few weeks since the last episode. Life been getting in the way. All four of us been pretty busy. In fact, I'm gonna do right now. He's in Indianapolis, preparing for the Pacers. But this week, since we didn't get to last week, we're gonna recap the NCAA National Championships, men and women's, and then we'll dive right into the playoffs because it's one of my favorite moments of the year, where the playoffs are starting, and Wrestlemania night 1 and 2 are this weekend.
God blessing us.
God is blessing us.
I appreciate it.
But let's jump right into the national championship reaction. Let's start on the women's side. The Final Four was cool.
Yeah.
I was hoping Texas would put up more of a fight.
That's what I was thinking.
That was pretty disappointing.
And I thought the way that they came out, Booker hit 3 of 3 early, 6 points. They were being really physical. Defense looked good. And South Carolina just settled in, took the game over, and never looked back.
And that's kind of what happened in the SEC championship, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side, UCLA it was over from tip, really. Lauren Betts had a terrific game, though. She scored literally over half of the UCLA's points. But the Natty was a blowout as well. I'm kind of mad all 3 games are blowouts, but UConn dominated South Carolina, and that's saying something.
It is. It is.
What do you think happened?
I thought overall it was fairly evident, and this caught my eye. Early in the tournament, South Carolina just didn't seem to have the juice offensively. They don't have some of the star power at guard or forward that they've had in the past, and so they just kind of lack that signature go-to person. You throw them the ball, create shots. It was early on, everything. They were running a lot of cross screens, a lot of post-ups, and that's how they were staying in the game first couple of minutes. All the offense was running through the bigs, big-to-big passing. And eventually, once Gino caught on to that, they doubled hard, forced the guards to make plays, make shots, and it just looked bad. And the better team took the dub.
Yeah. Like you brought up, bro, Don Staley said that. Like, UConn just flat out outplayed them. UConn Big Three was really hooping. Sarah Strong, I think she had a double-double. Ezzie Fudd was hooping. Paige Buckets, we talked about it on the pod. She's going out with a national championship.
Yeah.
That's why she came back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you could say she came back so she could go number 1 in the draft, but I feel like she came back to get the Natty.
I think so.
It was probably a mix of both.
Mm-hmm.
Because when she got to UConn, that was her goal. And uncharacteristic of UConn, they hadn't won a Natty in 4 or 5 years.
And she would be one of the greatest ever at UConn to walk away without a championship.
Yeah, I'm happy she was able to get one. Because, that's what people would have talked about.
Right.
That's kind of what they talk about with Caitlin.
Mm-hmm.
But low-key, this is off topic. The mindset of Caitlin, she can't do any wrong to most basketball fans.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she never won a Natty. She did get there, though. But besides the point, yeah, I'm disappointed all 3 games are blowouts, especially the Natty, because you would think UConn and South Carolina would put on a battle.
Right.
But it just showed how good this UConn team was.
I really do believe, especially that Duke game really showcased that in this tournament, SC was beatable. Mm-hmm. Toby Fournier was having a great game.
Yeah.
They established what worked. The pick and roll was working. They were keeping the ball moving, taking good shots. And I just don't think at the end of the day they saw themselves really beating South Carolina. And they gave the game away. We talked about this last time, but that shot selection on the last possession was terrible.
Horrible.
But it took a team that has championship pedigree, a coach that's been there, players that have experience on the highest level, and they weren't afraid of South Carolina and what they built up. And so then the talent kicked in, and just the better team ended up winning, which I
Yeah.
don't think SC was better than everyone that they beat in the tournament so far.
That's real. And it was kind of the opposite for the men's.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 games were low-key classics.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's start with Florida and Auburn. Another SEC battle.
Yep.
Florida has them in the season series. But we'll talk about this more with the national championship, but Florida comes back in every game. They're down, and they eventually do it. But Walter Clayton, bro.
Dog.
Special.
He need to change his name from Walter.
Boy.
'Cause how are you not telling me your name is Walter, bro?
Walter Clayton. Like, I'm tired of hearing that, bro. Like, come on, dude.
That backcourt duo they got is ridiculous. Elijah
yeah.
Martin and Walter Clayton together.
Elijah Martin was trying to take the rim off that backboard, bro.
Every time. He one of those guys try to punch everything.
Yeah.
And I respect it.
I mean, he's successful a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one. Florida was the better team.
They are.
I knew Auburn wasn't going to win that. But on the other side, it looked like Duke was going to win, bro. They were up
You had to bring that up.
for the last,
Speak on it.
what's crazy, the craziest part about that is Duke didn't score more than 1 field goal for the last 10 minutes. And they were one of the best offensive teams in the country, if not the best. What happened? Do you think it was more they just weren't, executing on offense, they weren't hitting their shots? Or do you think Houston was just playing that great of defense?
I think it was a mix of both. The physicality, I think it really rattled Duke. You saw something John Shire talks about if you catch their little episodes and the tidbits that you'll get with him mic'd up, is being physical and creating space for yourself off the ball. Houston wasn't going for none of that. Post-ups, they're getting them out of the three-point line. They're moving everyone off their spot on the inbounds. They're dictating where Duke goes. And I think you just saw a young Duke team kind of crumble under that to, a team full of grown men. And, I mean, literally, a team full of grown men. And you just saw that in a mix of, just young guys who are still figuring things out. But that's no excuse to not score for 10 minutes. You got the number 1 draft pick on your team.
Yeah.
You got Con Knuppel on your team. Someone's got to step up, create some offense, and it just didn't end up happening.
Yeah. We talked about this after we watched the game, but if you were Shire, I think you told me what you would have done if you were him, but it seems like what he did a lot of times, and there are only 4 losses, was he just late game, give the ball to Cooper, let him go to work. And unfortunately, all 4 times, Cooper either had a turnover or he missed.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to break.
Cooper is the best player on the floor until the last minute of the game.
I genuinely believe it's a Giannis type situation. Although Giannis might be your best player, when they made that championship run, you gave the ball to Chris Middleton in crunch time.
Yeah.
Just because someone is the best guy doesn't mean that you run offense through them at the end of the game. Con Knuppel has the better handle, more protective. I think you should have put the ball in his hands, run high pick and roll with Cooper, and if Coop gets open, he can make that pass and feed him. But Con has proved to be the better shot maker off the bounce from anywhere outside the paint. So, but like you said, at the end of the day, it's Cooper flag.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be happy to give the ball to your best player, put him in space, and let him do his thing. And it's not like he took a terrible shot. He just took a decent shot and missed, and that's all right. You gotta live with that as a coach.
Hey, boy, I know them other teams starting to get happy with Cooper got the ball at the last second. All right, we got this. They gonna sell.
It was them spin moves early in the season.
Yeah.
That almost took me out.
That's
bro.
what I think he was doing. He always does too much at the end of the game. Like the Final Four one, that was justifiable. He took it was a contested tough shot, but it wasn't like, he dribbling off his foot or
Right.
traveling like he was in November and December, But It's looking so up for Shire, though.
It is.
He hasn't gone less than, Sweet 16 or Elite 8 in all 3 of his years. Don't get me wrong, like, he inherited Coach K's program, so if you mess that up, that's on you.
Right.
But
hey,
he's a solid coach.
Boozer Twins coming, and
Flag coming back.
Flag ain't said he committed yet, so hey, my boy might be
going
coming
number
back,
1,
man.
bro. He's not coming back to college basketball.
Hey,
If he does, he's transferring to IU.
All right, bro.
But let's talk about the Natty. Florida joined Elite Company. They're one of 9 officially, but I'm going to say 10 because Louisville has 3. But they're one of 10 schools with 3 or more national championships. How do you feel about the Natty? My first question is, it was clearly Sampson's almost whole game plan to take Walter Clayton out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he only had 4 points in the first half. Did you think that Florida would be able to still win, let alone compete in that game?
Personally, I thought yes. Because to take a great player like Walter Clayton out of a game, you have to allocate so many resources. And I'm clearly not saying he's Steph Curry, but bear with me. It's like attempting to take Steph out of a game. When they played the Rockets last weekend, Steph only had 3 points. But it took switching across the board. It took occasional double teams on the ball and off the ball for Steph. You got people sitting in his gaps. You're pressing up all night long. That's a total team effort, and you got to have 5 guys communicating at a high level to do something like that. And it's not like the rest of Florida's roster is full of bums. You got really, really solid players that can capitalize, know how to play off of Walter Clayton, but also occasionally can get to it on their own. So I expected them to at least remain competitive while he wasn't, his normal self in this matchup.
Yeah, I think like you said, Florida is so deep. They have plenty of guys that can go out and hoop.
Right.
And also on your point, Houston was, as soon as Walter would give the ball up, he's getting face guarded at half court. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Or if he is dribbling and they decide to send a pick and roll at him, they're just going to double him.
Right.
And make him have to make a pass out of that. So I think taking Walter Clayton out of the game was the best game plan, but I have to give a shout out to Will Richard.
Mm-hmm.
He hit some huge shots because Houston had a stretch where they got a huge dunk, got a steal, and an alley-oop. And it's looking like they're about to blow it open. So Golden calls a timeout, and then they come out of that timeout, which also, by the way, Florida was so good out of timeouts in that entire game. Executed them perfectly.
Yeah.
But they come out of that, and Will Richard hits a 3. He hits another 3. Then he gets another tough shot. I think without that, this might have been like a 15-point Houston win.
Right.
But my second question is, Houston's up 13 at half.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think it was over by then, or?
Personally, I didn't think it was over because Florida has now built up this reputation all tournament long of not truly ever being out of a game. They were down to UConn. They battled their way back. They were down to Auburn, battled their way back. And now it's Houston. And what was so impressive to me is that these are 3 completely different styles of basketball being played. UConn is very motion heavy. Auburn likes to play through their big, play inside out. Houston, guns, everyone's pulling threes from virtually anywhere on the court. They do like to throw it into the bigs, play inside out occasionally. Just 3 different styles of basketball, and Florida overcame all 3 styles while fighting from behind. That's just insanely impressive. So it got to a point where it's like, I can never truly count this team out.
Yeah. So they like we talked about, they battled back, and the last 5-7 minutes was just back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Great basketball being played. But Florida takes the lead with a minute and a half left, and they kind of hold on to it with free throws and everything. How do we feel about that last play? My first question, before we talk about the actual play design and everything,
Mm-hmm.
if you're Sharp, do you just touch the ball and take the travel, stop the clock, and play the foul game, or force Florida to actually make some inbounds passes? Because we've seen Florida struggle with that a little bit in the tournament,
Right.
and we've seen Houston make teams struggle
Right.
with that in the tournament. They did it against Purdue. They did it against Duke.
Mm-hmm.
And those are two very good, very well coached teams
Yeah.
that do well in inbounds plays. So would you just stop the clock and then make them have to play good basketball?
I think that's a really good point. In a perfect world, yes. As soon as you realize that's the case, you got to jump on it. You've still got, I think, 5 seconds when he caught the ball, so maybe 4.5 to about 3 seconds of being able to pick it up and then giving your team the chance to defend on the inbound. But to take it a step further, I thought you've got to be decisive in just getting a shot. You've still got time. Everyone's ridiculously spaced out on that court, the way that play was designed. So you've got a chance for a long rebound that could lead you to another three, lead you to a layup. You just got to get a shot off. So, A, trying to get a look first, but B, maybe even understanding with Clayton running at you like that, sidestep, there's no way he's going to be able to slow down at that speed. Pump fake, sidestep, and try to get a look from three. That's what I, maybe as a coach, what I would have wanted to see my player do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard when you catch that ball and turn around and see somebody flying at you. It's jarring, especially, even for a great shooter like Sharp is, that is jarring. But you can't do that. Either just shoot it, like you said, shot fake, one dribble, or just catch it and pivot, do something else.
Get something.
Not jump and leave the ball down.
Right. And credit to Clayton, though. That's just a winning play.
Yeah. Because it would have been on him had he hit that, because he was asleep.
And there's a lot of stars, high-level guys that even with the game on the line aren't going to make the effort to run out there and close out like he did.
Yeah. But let's talk about the play. You made a video breaking it down.
Yeah.
And if you go look at those comments, they saying Colin don't know ball, or at least don't know college ball. But just in the whole college basketball, college sports world, you got people saying that Sampson was just had the best seat in the house, was just watching the last play. But then you got people saying that was the set play, which is like you said. But and you got also people in the middle like me who feel like there was a play, but that shot wasn't a part of it. I feel like it was get the ball to Cryer, set him some screens, try and see if he can get something to go. Because after the Florida player hit the free throws, there was still 8 seconds left on the clock. That's like a quarter in basketball,
right,
really.
Yeah.
And so I think the ball is get Cryer the ball, he's been in this situation not only this year but his whole college career, which was a long time.
Yeah, very, very long time.
But he's been successful in these situations. Get him the ball, see if he can get a shot off, a good shot off, or get fouled, go to the free throw line. He's a 90% free throw shooter. But I think that play was busted.
Okay.
And I think Sharp realized it was busted because Florida played such good defense. They were physical. They stopped all of that from happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sharp realized that, and he realized that Clayton was just asleep. He was like Kelvin Sampson. He was just watching the play happen. And so he ran up to the top of the key, but he didn't expect Clayton to follow him, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened, but give me your point of view.
First of all, to everyone who may be listening and to everyone that watched that video, you could say a lot of things about me. But saying I don't know ball is one of the greatest insults that I feel like a man can hear. That's about as disrespectful as it gets. So you gonna have to see me about that. I feel a way about those type of comments. But with that being said, I feel like it was a very intentional action, and I say that because you start with the pick and roll. That was done going towards the sideline, knowing that they play aggressively and they keep 2 on the ball when guarding pick and rolls. So he had nowhere to go downhill. His only option was to spin back. And spinning back, they had action coming right back towards the ball like we talked about for LJ Cryer. You've got 2 screens for him, but Florida did a great job. They were physical with both screeners, but also physical with him, moving him off his spot. And something, if you go way, way back into my, archive of videos, something I really value in play calling is not having just one option at the end of a game. So knowing that may get locked up, I think the next progression was those elevator screens. And I don't think that's something that you just flow into. You can flow into a pin down, you can flow into a DHO, but there's very few teams in history. I feel like it takes decades maybe to play with a group to flow into an action like that. Like, that's typically very intentional and drawn up. And so that's why I thought that was all together one set action. But like you said, it does make sense, because if you look at the other big, I don't know if he fully thought that he should have been going over to set those screens. Mm-hmm. So it may have just been a read by Sharp to come to the ball and try to get a look there. So I don't know. I would love to see. I would love to hear Kelvin Sampson's perspective on that.
Yeah,
I thought it was intentional, but the farther we get away, like, I am not one of those people that can't be wrong. Like, I recognize that there's definitely another possibility here, and so all that aside, like, yeah, I do know ball though. Like, don't disrespect me.
It says you don't, man.
Come see me about it.
You can call me stupid. You can call me idiot. But
saying I don't know ball.
I don't know ball is crazy.
Right.
I got a whole page dedicated to me knowing ball.
Come on now.
But shout out Florida and UConn. UConn just won their 12th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Gino, man. That's all him.
Special.
But let's talk about the NBA, man.
Oh, it's time. Thank God. Thank God.
Whoa. I'm sad college basketball is over, man.
Yeah.
I miss it already.
It was great hoops.
I miss turning on ESPN at 8 o'clock on a random Tuesday and watching Houston and, Iowa State battle.
Right.
But NBA season officially over. Well, regular season officially over. Mm-hmm. Play-in is happening as we record.
Right.
Playoffs start this weekend. But before we get into that, let's just broad general season reactions. How'd you feel about this year as a whole? I think it was a great basketball play.
I thought it was a fantastic year of basketball. We've seen new teams shifting within the landscape of basketball. We've seen the Oklahoma City Thunder ascend to a powerhouse in the West. We've seen Minnesota kind of establish themselves as a team that wasn't just there for a year or two. Even though they're a bit lower in the standings, they seem like they're going to be a force for years to come. The Cavs finally made that jump, and they look for a large part of the year like the best team in the East. You still got the Celtics. You had some amazing individual matchups this year. That Wolves-Nuggets 2 overtime classic. You had some battles with the Lakers and the Warriors that always seem to be really, really good games. So I just thought that there was a lot of high-level play all the way around. SGA and Jokic battled that Sunday night for it seemed like MVP seeding. So I was just really pleased with the season. I thought there was a lot of moving parts. Who will ever forget that trade at the deadline? A really active trade deadline on top of that.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a very thoroughly entertaining year of NBA basketball.
Yeah, and it was great hoops.
Mm-hmm.
I think the West was West was a war zone this year.
Yeah.
I mean, West is usually a war zone, though. But who do you think is coming into the playoffs the hottest, like the strongest? I already have my picks for both sides. On the West, I got the Clippers. They're 10-0
Yeah.
coming into the playoffs. That's very dangerous. James Harden's never missed the playoffs in his entire career.
That's impressive.
Very. And people don't want to give him his flowers, so I will. Kawhi Leonard's playing some of his best basketball ever, which is crazy. Because at the beginning of the year, I think on the pod we were saying you might as well just call it quits, bro. But he's hooping. His handle looks crazy.
Boy, he been in the lab.
Right?
He been in the lab.
Norman Powell's been hooping. Ivica Zubac has emerged as one of the best defenders in the league.
Yep.
One of the best big man paint defenders, obviously. So I like the Clippers. We'll talk about the matchups in a bit. And then on the East, I got to give a shout out to the Pacers, bro. They started 10-15. People wrote them off, even though it's 30. That's 25 games into the season.
Yeah.
But since then, they went 40-17. Fourth best record in 2025. That's behind, I think, Cleveland, OKC, and Boston. It's a great company to be in. They have, I think, the fifth best winning percentage against the best teams in the league, the top 3 seeds on both sides. So I think the Pacers are looking pretty good. What do you think?
For me, I'm looking at the West. It's crazy because the narrative seemed to be that OKC was struggling those last couple of weeks, but they 8-2 in their last 10. Like, they're playing ridiculously high level basketball. But I think, in the interest of being different, the Clippers will probably be my answer. They've been playing amazing. Harden's clicking. Kawhi, Norm Powell, Zubac, and Ty Lue can coach. So that's a team I wouldn't want to see. But I might say Houston. I think that win over Golden State, locking up a 2 seed for a team that started out the season as a 2 seed, fell down to 5, then made their way back up to 2 with some really critical wins down the stretch of the year. A-Man Thompson came back from injury playing even better than he was before. Jalen Green seems to have it going on. They look really good.
Dylan Brooks still the villain he is. And in the playoffs, that's important.
That. You have to have that. And that win over Golden State, man, to hold Stephen Wardell Curry to 3 points.
What was he, 1 for 10?
1 for 10. First of all, to limit Steph to 10 shots.
Yeah.
Like we talked about with Walter Clayton, that is a full team effort. So that's not a team I want to see out in the West. I feel
I think they're the best defensive team, honestly.
Them in OKC, I don't. It's tough.
Close. It's close.
It's tough.
It's close.
So I've got them out in the West. Out East, I'm going to say Detroit.
Yeah.
I think confidence-wise, they have to be riding very high. Cade has stamped himself as on the doorstep of superstar status, turning around this franchise the way that he has. You've legit got the second, air quotes, best three-point shooter in the league in Malik Beasley this year, who lost the race by 1-3 to Anthony Edwards, who shout out to Ant, by the way.
Shout out Ant, bro. 7 threes to take it. That was just to be petty.
Exactly. That's a dog. He got up 18 3-point attempts that night. He was gunning. So I respect it. But all across the board, they've got everyone playing well. Tobias Harris, Asor Thompson seems to be coming on. They're really well coached, athletic. Jalen Duren, we've both been very big advocates of his game. And all I'm gonna say is New York not safe, man. I don't think that's a series that you write off. So
New York is at N-word be fake demons. I mean, that's New York. They finished winless against OKC, Cleveland, and Boston. That's insane. Y'all are not contenders.
No,
like off rip, y'all not contenders from that. But I'm glad you brought the Pistons because I want to give a shout out to the Central Division. Like as we were recording, the Bulls are getting smacked, but hey, all 4 teams are in the playoffs. 3 of them, or is it? All 5 teams are in the playoffs. One of them isn't playing, but the Pacers, the Bucks, the Pistons, and the Cavs are all solidified playoff members.
Mhm.
That's the best division in the league.
It is.
And shout out Pacers, 50 wins. First time since they were number 1 seed in 2013 and 14. That's crazy.
Question for you. Giannis has been turning up to end the year. People saying that this could be his 2018 Bron run.
That's what they saying.
So you don't believe in it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into the matchup predictions, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, let's just dive right into it. We can really start in the West.
Mm-hmm.
We don't, at the time of recording, we don't officially know who's going to be the 8 seeds, but it'll be between the Grizzlies and whoever wins tonight. I'm gonna just say the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Grizzlies.
Yeah. So who we got in that? Thunder or Grizzlies, and how many games?
I got Thunder. I think they're going to dog walk whoever comes out of
Really?
the series, even if it is Memphis. I think that's a 5-game series. Zach Edey in space, that's a deer in headlights. SGA is, what I was about to say was crazy, but SGA is going to do some foul things to him in the pick and roll. So I'm scared for them.
I'm going to go Thunder in 4.
Y'all probably forgot G Money was even here with us. Yeah, I'm gonna go Thunder in 5. I think Memphis can take one at home,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, they're not winning more than that. I think max 6.
Yeah, Max.
Nuggets Clippers. That series might be cinema.
That's going to be good basketball. That's going to be really good basketball. I'm going to go Clippers. Shout out Adelman, for being promoted and taking that job, but you're starting as a head coach and one of your first 6 games is going to be a playoff game? That's a crazy that's my career level writing. Like, that's a crazy introduction to a job. Ty Lue is a stamped playoff coach. We've seen him go to war and dismantle teams like Golden State, Toronto, at their peak.
Yeah.
And with Harden clicking, Kawhi clicking, Zoo's a great defender. He's going to hold his own down low. I mean, it's about as good as anyone probably can do against Jokic. I'm going to go Clippers. I'm going to go Clippers in 7.
6.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go Clips in 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna go LA in 6 too.
I like it.
Just because, like you said, Nuggets are dealing with some inner turmoil right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to. I feel like it's gonna be hard to compete in the playoffs with that, especially against a team as good and as hot as the Clippers are. So I like the Clippers in 6, maybe 7.
They don't want to hear it. Jokic going to have to guard. Harden going to get him in the pick and roll. He going to have to play some defense. So
And Kawhi handle looking good too. So hey, it might be raps.
inbounding the
For
ball
Denver.
faster not going to work this year. You're going to have to play defense, bro.
Probably my favorite round 1 matchup, at least in the West, Lakers and Timberwolves. Because a lot of people have the Lakers winning the whole thing.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's Lakers bias, Bron bias,
Both.
or both. But on the other side, you also might have Ant, bro. He sent KD home and packing last year. Now he about to send another legend home and packing. I think he already sent Steph home. So that's if he beat Bron, bro. That day he might be stamped. But I'm gonna let y'all go first with y'all prediction.
Give me Lakes in 6, man. I don't care.
I don't know. This is a tough series to get a read
Yeah.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
Having AD would actually make me a bit more confident in LA because now you've got a great rim protector against a guy like Anthony Edwards. Jackson Hayes plays hard, but if Ant coming down the lane, I don't know how well that's going to work. And then if you try to go small, Bron at 30 can play a small ball 5 and have the motor to do that. But do you really want him rim protecting against a prime Anthony Edwards? I don't know. Physically he can do it, but that's a lot of energy expelled. So
Man, if Ant go down there and boom on Bron, Rich Paul is that's going to be his biggest PR ever to get that deleted from everywhere.
And that's another problem. I think by now we've seen JJ Redick's tactic. He's going to sell out, and he's going to force other people to make plays. But LA has a lot of huntable guys. Austin Reeves will be hunted. Luka Doncic will be hunted.
Don't connect.
Will be hunted. LeBron James, at this age, he will be hunted. And so these dudes are going to have to guard. But at the end of the day, it's hard to discount having two supercomputers on the offensive end.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Minnesota has the juice to keep up with that. So I'm going to go LA in 6.
And we have seen Luka cook the Timberwolves last year.
And Rudy Gobert's still there. So I don't know.
You said LA in 6.
Yeah.
And you said
LA in 6.
Let me be different, bro. Let me go Minnesota in 7.
I like it.
Winning Game 7 at Crypto, that'd be tough.
And call Ant.
It would, but it ain't going to happen.
We're going to have some conversations if Anthony Edwards gets the Lakers out of it.
Been having the conversations, but I feel you. Rockets, Warriors. Steph Curry is going to be in jail for 4 straight games, probably 5, 6.
Oh, you think it's going to be that quick?
I'm gonna go Houston in 6. I'm gonna go Houston in 6. Just because, I mean, it is playoff Steph.
Mm-hmm.
It is playoff Jimmy. Like, they're not gonna go out with a sweep.
No.
But like you brought up, bro, the Rockets they held Steph to 3 points.
That's
Now,
crazy.
obviously, that's going to be not easy to sustain because it is Steph Curry, probably the best point guard ever.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be hard to keep that going for at least 4 games, but he will be in jail, especially at 37, 36.
Yeah.
Rockets finally getting they get back from all them years of the Warriors sending them home, man.
I'll be different. I'll go Warriors in 7.
Warriors. It's not the same.
It's not.
At Chase Center.
I miss Oral.
You know what? I do think I need to go with what makes logical sense. I'm going to go with Houston in 6. But I wouldn't be surprised if Golden State wins this series because Jalen Green, are you a playoff number 1? Like, are you going to be able to hoop at that level?
We don't know.
We don't know.
They were
Alperen
11th
Sengun.
last year.
Like, it would be different. Virtually any other series you throw Sengun in, like, I feel like he's going to tear it up, but he's going to have Draymond Green guarding him. And
Yeah, Draymond is going to find a way to assault him.
I saw something on Twitter that said him and Dylan Brooks, one of them not going to make it all 7 games.
No, nah. Somebody
Definitely
gets
not.
suspended, if not both.
Right. So, I don't know if I trust them offensively. I think defensively, they're going to hold. They're going to be able to do their thing, and they're going to make life difficult. But the addition of Jimmy, and Jimmy, you know, I don't know, whatever it is, he just gets to the playoffs. He gets so aggressive.
Yeah.
So,
He started hooping. I mean, he got 8th seed Heat to the finals, bro. Like, the East wasn't great that season, but still, that was some Bron stuff.
yeah. So, I'm going to go Houston in 6, but I wouldn't be surprised. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, I feel that. I feel that. On the East, who we think is going to be the 8th seed? I think it's going to be the Heat. Just because I can't trust the Hawks
No.
against anybody, really.
Agreed.
So I'm going to just say it's the Heat. But either way, the Cavs are beating both of them teams
And 4.
in no more than 5 games.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'll go for it. I was going to say 4.
I was here 4.
Pacers Bucks though.
Uh-oh.
Bron run.
Uh-oh.
Bron run on the way.
No, I'm gonna let y'all. No, actually, I'm gonna go first, bro.
No. I want to hear yours last. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go Bucks in 6.
That's not bad. I mean, it can happen.
G finna get fired off the label.
Camera fake cut out. Hey.
Do you think they're about to come to Cambridge though, and close out the series? Because that's where it would be for Game 6. They've only lost, I think, like 10 games at home all year, if that. Like, I could hear the Bucks winning. Don't get me wrong. Oh, wait, no, I'm tripping. 7 would be at Cambridge. My bad.
I say 6 would be back in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Pacers in 6. I think they do close it out in Milwaukee. But I think with the way Giannis is hooping, he could probably go and get a game or two.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait.
No Dame.
Yeah.
That's what I just realized.
Yeah.
No, I want to change. My fault, bro. I'm going to go Surge in 5.
5, whoa. I like that. I'm going to say Pacers in 6, but I could see 5, and I could see 7.
Mm-hmm.
I think no Dame is what makes it easier to say Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, of course, Giannis is going to go out there and get 30,
Of
18,
course.
and 8
Right.
every game. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
But is everybody else going to hoop? And are they going to stop the Pacers from hooping?
Right.
Because I think the Pacers they were the deepest team last year, but I don't think they are the deepest this year, but they're still one of. They're like top 5. And like we talked about earlier, they're feeling really good going into the playoffs. They are a great defensive team now because like Colin Hatfield Show made a video about it. They introduced a fast break defense. And they still have the offense production from last year, even though it kind of dropped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're still as good offensively. Tyrese has been playing very well. Pascal been playing well all year. Miles, in their matchups this season and in the playoffs last year, he's taking advantage of Brook Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
Now, pause. I think, obviously, it's not like let Giannis go get his points, but he's going to. He's going to be able to stop him.
But that's a viable strategy.
No, exactly. Yeah, I feel you.
You right. Like,
let him do it. Make somebody else beat you.
Go get 80, actually. Like, but I'm not letting Brook Lopez, Pat Connaughton, y'all not getting nothing, bro.
That was the Timberwolves' whole game plan against Jokic.
Exactly. And
Do
so,
your thing.
Go ahead, bro. Go get your 80.
Yeah, but I think, like, the biggest thing it comes down to is, yes, the stars on both sides are going to have to play very well. But it's the bench.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it last year. T.J. McConnell and Obi Toppin outscored the entire Bucks bench,
Yeah.
like 50 to less than 10, like in each game that they won.
Now they got Benedict.
And Benedict's back. That's what everybody so conveniently didn't know. I'm not even going to say forgot. Didn't know because people don't watch Pacers basketball, which is still crazy to me. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let me stop talking about the Pacers, bro. I'm going to go Pacers in 6. I'm going to solidify that, but I could see it in 5, honestly.
Okay.
I see it in 7 because both of those are closeout games at Cambridge.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be at game 1, by the way. Knicks Pistons. The Knicks are so not scary, bro, at all. They're like the weakest 3 seed.
Knicks in 6.
Pistons in 6.
Yeah.
Pistons in 6.
We're going Pistons in 6. Closing out that game in Detroit in game 6 will be huge.
Talk about getting taken advantage of. Carl Anthony Towns.
Oh my God!
Oh my God. K gonna be doing some crazy things in the garden, man.
Nah, for real.
Y'all,
I mean, we've seen it in the regular season, though. He's
Every
putting
time.
up 30-point games whenever he goes to MSG.
every time. I'm just not confident, man. Unless Brunson has the series of a lifetime.
Right.
And even then, I don't know if that's enough.
Brunson got to guard somebody. Malik Beasley, he going to hit his threes. And
He gonna thug
I
shake.
dare you to guard Cade Cunningham. Cade's going to drop 80 points. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, Game 4.
And then he gonna have Asor Thompson guarding him.
Oh, yeah. Prison.
That might be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, I guess technically that is an upset. But I ain't even going to say it, though. So I got the Pistons, really. Like, I'm not worried about the Knicks at all.
Right.
But Celtics Magic, that's
That's gonna be fun basketball.
I can see the upset. Now, I'm not gonna say it's going to happen, but the Magic, they seem to play like the 09-08 Lakers
It's crazy.
when they play Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're 6-4 against them ever since Missoula started, and only one other team can say that, and that's the Thunder. I think Paolo's going to hoop. Jalen Suggs is going to play very well. Cole Anthony, we saw him hoop against the Hawks.
Right.
You know what I mean? It is the Hawks. That's not a defense to be, a baseline of, but still. But no, I'm going to still go Boston in 6, 5, maybe. I
Boston
can
in
see
5.
Orlando competing.
I'll go Boston at 5.
You are right. Their last 7, they're 3-4 against Orlando. I just think, Orlando brings a physicality to this series that could just make it kind of crazy. And Boston doesn't get a lot of paint looks. I think they're dead last in scoring in the paint in the league. If Orlando can just hit shots, bro, if they can hit wide open shots, I could see it being a 6 or a 7 game series. Paolo and Franz are that good. But I'm going to go 5 because I don't think they can hit shots. I don't see it happening. But in a perfect world, I think this could be maybe the best first round playoff series.
I think so.
I think it could be that good.
Yeah, let's briefly talk about the semis before we get into the conference finals. Thunder and Clippers. That'd be a good one.
It'd be good, but Thunder.
Thunder in
Yeah.
6.
Yeah,
I
5 or
would go.
6.
Yeah.
Thunder at 7. That'll be different.
I mean, I can see it going to 7. That's a
It's a
good series. That's a
possibility,
great
yeah.
matchup. So y'all had Lakers and Rockets. Or, no, you had Warriors. So Lakers and Warriors.
Mm-hmm. Lakers in 6.
Okay. And you had Rockets and Wolves or Lakers?
I said Lakers. Rockets and Lakers. Lakers. Lakers in 6. Possibly, yeah. Lakers in 6.
I picked the Wolves, and I think either the Wolves or the Lakers would beat the Rockets.
Mhm.
So I think whoever wins that series is going to the Western Conference Finals. So I'm going to just say Wolves
Mhm.
in 6. And then Cavs or Pacers.
That's
That
gonna
might
a
be
good
my
series.
favorite series of the entire playoffs.
I think so.
Honestly.
Because the Pacers have played them well.
Yeah.
Cavs in 7.
I can see it.
Cavs in 7.
Either team in 7,
Mhm.
honestly. I think that's where it goes. But whoever leaves, like whoever has that best game in Rocket in Game 7 is who wins it, obviously. I mean, that's how basketball works.
I think they both going to steal one at each other's place.
Yeah.
It's going to come
I
down
can
to
see
that.
it. Yeah.
It's going to come down to that.
'Cause, I mean, that's what happened in the regular season series. Like, Pacers went to Cleveland, they took a dub. Cavs went to Cambridge and took a dub, so. Ooh, that's a great series. Cavs and Pacers always put on a good series, though. I mean, that's the Central Division rivalry.
Exactly.
Pistons and Celtics. That's another team that the Pistons have played very well against. So that one I can see going either way, but I'm gonna go Celtics. I'm gonna say Celtics.
I'm gonna go Celtics in.
Selm. I'm gonna Celtics. Selm.
I was gonna say 6. I think I'm gonna go 6.
I'll pick Knicks, but I'm gonna still go Celtics in 6.
Oh, if they catch the Knicks, Celtics in full.
Oh God, bro. They take advantage of New York every single time they play. It's bad.
Time. Yeah.
Maybe 5.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's not gonna be no 6 or 7 though. Thunder and so for me it'd be Thunder and Wolves. Ant versus Shea. That's ushering the new era of basketball. Like that's solidifying it. Because I think those are the 2 biggest young stars.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Luka's still technically a young star.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, I guess Tatum and Brown, even though they're both over 26 now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Thunder get to the finals. In honestly 6.
Same. From watching their regular season matchups, now that I feel like that might be maybe my pick for the best matchup in all of the postseason, unless a certain matchup happens in the finals.
The teams or those individuals?
The teams. Just because I think the first game they played went to OT, and it was a back-to-back. The second night they played, and had like a game-winning block on SGA.
Yeah.
Every time they play, it seems like, a gritty matchup. And you could tell both Ant and SGA, that's a point of pride to win that game and to win that individual matchup.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm going Lakes in 6, man.
On the East, I got ECF rematch from last year. Y'all gonna call me biased and a homer for this, but genuinely, if I was from, I don't know, St. Louis, Missouri, and I was picking this matchup, I would still pick the Pacers because we saw it last year. They competed in Game 1, Game 3, and Game 4 were all decided by 2 or 3 points. I hate saying this, but yeah, it was a sweep. But even Joe Mazzulla said that was the hardest series they played.
Yeah, it was.
Including the finals.
Mm-hmm. It looked like it. It looked like it was no dog.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
And I think their biggest problem last year was they couldn't really close games out well.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, they've done that a lot better, especially in the second half of the season. We've seen the game winners in Minnesota. We've seen the game winners at home. And they have their missing piece from last year. They have Benedict Mathurin back.
Which matters.
He shoots 80, 90% from the field in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you missed last year. So you got that back this year. And it's the same team. It's the same Boston team. It's the same Indiana team. I like that rematch. And I like the Spurs in 7.
I got the Cavs and the Celtics. So I'm gonna go Cavs in 7 again.
Yeah, I got Cavs and Celtics. That's gonna be a great series.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go Celtics in 7. Yeah.
Thunder or Celtics? Or did you say Cavs?
I got a Lakes and Cavs, man. It's
say
written.
Lakers.
It's written. Look, the kid from Akron. It's written, man.
Who winning it, bro? Brian getting his 5th? Took 23 years, but
Brian. All right, relax. Brian he's getting that 5th and 7. He's gonna come back home and he's gonna get that last. Yeah, I'm telling you. Storybook.
Come June, he gonna be in Cabo, bro.
Cabo, this is for you.
Coon on 3.
I'm gonna go Thunder. I believe, yeah. She ain't gonna get a ring. That's crazy. Thunder might be starting something new. So
Might be. They still got picks too.
Yeah. Hey, and that dude they got sitting on the bench right now, Nikola Topic. He the truth.
Scary.
They got
David Stern would have
reinforcements
never let this happen.
Never. Never.
Yeah, as much as I've been pushing for the Pacers, I don't think they beat the Thunder in 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think they compete,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna go OKC in 6. They close it out at home.
Yeah.
Or no, close it out here in Indy, which would be a tough watch
For sure.
But yeah, I'm excited for the playoffs, bro. I mean, it cooks every year, but
Every year.
this year there's so many good teams
Mm-hmm.
that so many different teams can be,
Right.
contenders. Now, obviously, you got the favorites, OKC, Cleveland, and Boston, but I think you could have the Lakers, you could have the Clippers. People need to stop sleeping on the Pacers.
Me too.
Right. Speaking on that, bro, you have, you and I talk about it all the time, but NBA media is easily, not even close, easily the worst out of all the big 4 leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have former NHL players or NHL analysts, they know all 30 teams.
Mm-hmm.
And they can talk about all 30 teams. MLB, they play 162 games and they still watch every game. They still know every team. And you have former MLB players coming on and they're just praising the new guys. And in NFL, almost every NFL analyst you watch, except obviously First Take
Right.
and, Get Up and all those, they know what they're talking about. And they watch every team and they actually care. And NFL, I think NFL media is probably, if not NBA, I think NFL is the most dominated by former players
Right.
coming back to be analysts.
Mm-hmm.
And they all care about the sport and continue to push the younger guys. But then you have NBA. They'll go out there and hoop, and then you got Shaq and Chuck and Kenny talking about, oh, they wouldn't do none of that back in my day. Bro, A, they definitely would, and then some. And B, shut up, bro. Just praise them.
Only reason they was because y'all trying to tackle him.
Literally. Why are we talking about Steph not being able to do what he's doing back in the 80s? Who cares?
Bro, miss me with that, bro. Y'all. If Muggsy Bogues could survive in your league,
Come on, bro.
don't
Muggsy was a starter for 8 years, bro.
don't tell me Steph Curry. Oh, he wouldn't average 15 in my league. You wouldn't have known what to do with him, bro. Craig Hodges
David
was a
Stern would
star.
have had him in jail
Exactly.
by his 3rd season in the league.
We just got to stop with this. Just literally all you have to do is turn on the tape. When y'all was feeding the post, you were an arm's length distance away while you was making that pass. Is that not a problem? What you think Giannis going to do with that? What you think LeBron going to do
Barbecue
with
chicken, like Shaq love to say.
that? And for Shaq, yeah, everyone would have been barbecue chicken for you, but who you going to guard?
Not one person.
Thank you.
No one.
I'm just sick of it, bro. We got to stop this. It's got to stop.
And then they don't even hide the fact that they don't watch ball.
Right.
That's the craziest part to me. They don't even, I would still be mad if they pretended like they knew, but they don't even do that. They just say, I haven't watched Pacers basketball this year. Did you see Lou Williams said that on, I think, FanDuel TV, which is NBA TV?
No, I didn't see that.
Chandler Parsons said, I don't know, the Pacers having a rough start to the year kind of turned me off about them. That was in November. It's April now, bro. That's a whole different team. And then Lou Williams straight up said, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't watching no Indiana Pacers basketball this year. Why do you have a job? In any other profession, if you just straight up say, yeah, I don't know, I ain't did my research, they firing you, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Watch ball. Don't even get me started on the inside of the NBA guys. I know a bunch of people love them. I don't get it.
they're destructive for the sport. Like, they're
Horrible.
actually moving us backwards collectively. But y'all don't want to talk about that because they're not even really all that funny.
They not. I'm glad you said it, bro. They don't be making
All right.
me laugh. Every now and then, I'll laugh at a clip.
Chuck
And-
don't like big women. Okay,
Cool.
we got you, bro. We got you. Kenny knock knee, and they gonna race to the board. Cool.
We get it Chuck slow. Like,
Exact. Like,
okay.
Shaq gonna breathe in the mic, and y'all gonna make a such joke. Like, all right, the script is pretty much the same every show. When are y'all gonna actually talk about basketball? Do your job.
And none of this is directed at Ernie. Ernie is one of the GOATs.
Shout out to Ernie.
Ernie one of the GOATs. He's one of my idols. I don't know the words.
Inspirations?
Inspiration. There it is. But I'm mad that they have the three that they have on the show.
Right.
When I was a kid, it was funny, I guess.
A little bit, yeah.
But now that I actually, like, ever since I really started caring about basketball, like, how I do now, which was in middle school, I'm like, get these guys off my TV.
Right.
I'd rather watch some random 20-year-old talking about it on TikTok because he actually knows what he's talking about.
I'd rather watch Zard.
I appreciate it.
Much
I'd
rather
watch
watch
Colin
Colin Hatfield's
Hatfield.
show.
I
Talk
appreciate
about
it.
this.
Like, easily would rather watch Colin Hatfield's show. Then some of the NBA legends, though, like, that's the craziest part to me. Like, just promote the game.
Right.
Watch basketball.
And that's fun. Like, is watching basketball not enjoyable to you? I don't know what better job you could ask for.
Especially watching teams like the Pacers, bro. They are one of the most fun teams to watch. Like, and I think that's what influences. I don't even, like, I'm putting air quotes around fan base, but the NBA fan base, that's what influences them to say, oh, the Pacers suck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, NBA today sucks. Because y'all are watching these so-called analysts talk about stuff that they don't watch. If
Right.
it's not the Lakers, if it's not the Thunder, the Celtics, or the Cavs, they're not watching it. Like, I brought it up before, but Kenny literally interviewed Tyrese Halliburton after the three-point contest and said, I didn't know you could shoot like that. On national television. He's a 40% three-point shooter, bro. Like, your job is to know that he can shoot like that.
I didn't know you could shoot like that. It's crazy. That would have me pissed.
I'm at the event for shooters.
What do you think is this not the three-point contest?
What you? If somebody go to evaluate a teacher, dang, bro, I didn't know you could lay down a lesson plan like that. What you hire me for,
You
bro?
didn't know I could do my job, bro?
It's a shame. It's honestly a shame.
That's crazy.
Let's talk about these awards. I know MVP is, you know, the touchy top subject, but I'm going to just say it could go either way, and I wouldn't be mad at it. I, personally, if I were on the voting committee, I'm giving it to Shea. He got the Thunder to number 1 seed,
Mm-hmm.
scoring champ. It would have been 70 straight games with having 20 points if he didn't get clamped by the Lakers
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. And then, like, Jokic averaged triple-double. And I know that's why we gave it to Westbrook, but you got to do something on the defensive end, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Westbrook played defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give it to Shea by you. And I'm going to do is giving it to Shea as well.
I'm gonna give it to Shea. Historic scoring season. I think led the league in 20, 30, 40, and 50-point games. 70-plus streak of 20-point games. It's just insane what he was able to do. Add to that being an elite defender all year long. And like you said, having a 15-game gap in the Western Conference,
Yeah.
that's different. A lot of the year had his arguably second, third best player in Chet out. Isaiah Hartenstein was out. They were running 5 guards at one point. Never really missed a beat. So I'm just so ridiculously impressed with what they got going over there and what he on an individual level is doing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Giannis and Jokic, but I think this is his award.
since Amadou wasn't on the episode today, he sent me his predictions and everything. And I forgot to mention that he had Thunder and Celtics in the finals. But me and him literally have all of the same awards besides Coach of the Year. But Defense Player of the Year, Amadou has Evan Mobley. I'm going to go the same. I think he was the anchor to that terrific defensive presence and getting the Cavs to the number 1 seed. I'm going to go Evan Mobley as well.
I like Mobley. I know Draymond was almost on an individual campaign trying to get himself the award the last couple of weeks. And he's still elite on that end. Can't take anything away from him. But Mobley's been that all year long on an amazing defensive team. I just think he's the better pick overall. So
yeah. Rookie of the Year, we both had Stephon Castle. I think you could give it to Reese Shea, though.
He's come on
quietly hooping, even though he's the number 1 pick. I don't know how it's quiet, but he's been hooping.
He the least covered number 1 pick I ever seen. Like, I don't hear his name ever.
Yeah.
So
we used to say it was Pelo, but it's bro.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go Stephon Castle though.
Yeah.
I think he's hooped.
MIP Dyson Daniels. I think he emerged himself as, one of the premier defenders, not just perimeter, like all around.
Yeah.
I think you could give it to Austin Reeves, though. But I'm going to go Dyson.
I like Dyson as well.
6th man, I think it's Pritchard's by a mile.
It is. Shout out to Malik Beasley, though.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench, 16 a game, second in the league in threes. But it's Pritchard's award. He just dropped like 34 to end the year. He's like that.
Now, Amadou has Kenny Atkinson as Coach of the Year. And they'll most likely give it to him. But I wouldn't, just because the Cavs were 4th seed last year. I'm going to go J.B. Bickerstaff.
Mm-hmm.
He was fired from the Cavs because I still don't really understand why.
Yeah.
And he went over, Detroit hired him. And Detroit was the worst team in the NBA last year. And now they're 6th seed in the playoffs. They won 40-some odd games. I'm going to go J.B. Bickerstaff.
Hot take. I'm going Ime Udoka. Got that team.
It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to
say
say that at all.
Got them from a lottery team last year to the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. He's developed players along the way. We've seen Jalen Green take a step. We've seen Amen Thompson, look really, really good. Alperen Sengun taking a step. From top to bottom, everyone on that team has looked better.
Yeah.
And I just think he's done a wonderful job. But if not him, J.B. Bickerstaff.
Yeah, 11-2 is crazy step.
Yeah.
I'm tired of them just giving the Coach of the Year to the coach with the best record.
Exactly.
Stop. Like that doesn't justify a coach being the best coach,
Right. Doc Rivers at one point had the best team. Let me stop hating, bro.
Keep hating. That was a lot of basketball talk.
Yeah.
I love it, though. I love ball.
Oh, this is the best time of year. Like, I'm insanely excited, man.
Yeah. Y'all gonna hear a lot from me and Colin.
No promises, but we might be doing some At the Buzzer Colin Hatfield show lives to recap. I'd love to see y'all come through. No promises, but we gonna see if we can make this happen, man.
Yeah, it's mainly gonna be a Colin Hatfield show thing. But I'm gonna try and be on there though. I'm saying it's mainly just gonna be Colin on there with guests periodically, but Colin's gonna be breaking down the games and the series and stuff. When I can, I'll be on there though, for sure.
Bet that.
But let's talk about Mania, bro.
Oh yeah,
Wrestlemania 41 is this weekend, man. We got some big matches, huge matches. It's gonna be fun. Let's start with let's just start with night one. What I think will be the first match is, and I don't really like it being the first match, but I get it. You kick it off well, but World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther defending his title against Jey Uso. Who we think walking out of that with the
Jay
belt?
gonna get it.
Yeah.
Jay gonna get it. The build up is too good for
Yeah.
Jay not to get it.
Yeah.
And I think Triple H knows how negatively everybody reacted to the Shinsuke situation.
Yep. I was just about to
He
bring
won
it
the
up.
Rumble and then
Mhm.
lost at Mania.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that for some reason, like the reason is his in ring is not the best, but you know a lot of wrestling fans don't want to see Jay in the main card at all. But I don't like that.
They trying to act like his bag work is just trash. Like, don't get me wrong, it ain't the best. He getting older now. We know that. But, like, we not finna sit here and act like this man.
And he's so over, bro.
And it's not like that's not the only component to making a great match. If it was purely about ring work, Roman wouldn't have had the run he had the past
Thank
3-4
you.
years. Like Roman's not the greatest in-ring guy. He's gotten a lot better. Don't get me
Oh, yeah.
wrong. His bag is gotten a lot deeper. But Jay got a bag, first of all. I'm not going to let y'all sit here and say Jay don't got a bag. Jay got a
Right.
bag. And Jay brings an insane amount of energy and storytelling to every match he's involved in. And I think when you mix that with a technical master, with a guy like Gunther, he's going to provide the emotion and the storytelling. Gunther's going to provide the elite in-ring work. And I think that's going to come together to create a really good match. But I'm agreeing with y'all. It's got to be Jay. Like, they have a chance to make another superstar right now.
Yeah.
You can't miss that. You got to
Kofi
get to Jay.
Mania. And luckily, thank God there was no Brock Lesnar to come ruin it.
Man.
Man, if I hear that music,
Redacted.
Redacted. This match, I'm excited for. El Grande Americano, which is just Chad Gable,
Yep.
against Rey Mysterio. I've said it on the podcast many times, but I'm a Gable fan.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to see him at WrestleMania. And I like the whole little gimmick that he keeps losing to Luchador, so he might as well become one. And
Right.
he's fighting against arguably the greatest of all time,
Mm-hmm.
Rey Mysterio. I think that match is going to cook.
they
I
gotta
think-
give it to Gable.
Yeah, El Grande Americano.
Yeah. They gotta give it to him, man. I want to see it, bro. He need a push, bro. need more
He
of a
deserves
push.
it.
Badly.
He deserves it. The work he did over the summer with the tag, I'm like Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
The work he did in that segment,
American made, no.
American Made, and then I thought he should have had I think they made a mistake giving Sammy the Intercontinental belt. He didn't need it. Gable could have really benefited from having that belt, and I think it's time to push him to a mid-card title.
Yeah. The World Tag Team Championships. War Raiders defending against Heel New Day.
Give it to the New Day, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please give it to the New Day.
Eric and Ivar, they're not, like, terrible. I'm not going to say that, but I'm not moved at all.
Nobody
anytime
cares with them with
Yeah.
the titles. We care about the New
I want to hear
Days,
New Day get booed
Mhm.
after
They-
pinning
they-
them. Like,
yeah.
that's what I want to hear.
They made that title like so much. Like it was already relevant, but I feel like the New Day gave it more relevancy.
Yeah.
Like, the
And-
Booty-O's.
Respectfully, if you want to talk about, in my opinion, not really having a bag, Viking Raiders don't have a bag. They just athletic. And
Yeah.
that takes, a lot of respect to both of them. They're really good athletes. But if they not running full speed and just sandwiching somebody, like, they don't have much to offer in a match. So I definitely want to see a New Day win.
About to see a war. Jade Cargill and Naomi. Bro, no.
My bad. I got a little carried away. My fault, man.
I mean, I don't blame you.
Anyways, I think Jade is about to come out here and get her WrestleMania moment for real. I mean, she already kind of had one, but I think she gonna beat Naomi, get her revenge.
I think these are two, like, besides being beautiful women, these are two really good wrestlers in my opinion. Like, Jade is a very good, like, she's a very good athlete, period. And then Naomi, like, I feel like she always been a good wrestler. So I feel like these two, I feel like they're gonna cook. But yeah, I do feel like Jade gonna win.
I'm gonna go with Jay Cargill. I'm excited for this match, and I'm just really looking forward to Cargill's run. She deserves a push, and it's about time. I feel like it took too long. She should have been like in higher level feuds by now.
Cody type push.
Yeah, like as soon as you get her on the roster, you push her to the top.
Yeah.
Especially right now, like Bianca's elite, but I feel like it's just like Bianca, Rhea, and then everybody else just kind of fall in where they fall in. And Jade, I feel like for the moment could be a tier above even them. So, want to see.
Yeah,
her get that
I think she needed some work on her, like mic and just feud building skills.
Yeah,
but I think she's there. United States Championship, LA Knight going to lose to Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
They're putting the belt around
It's gonna be
Fatu.
that push, man. He
Yeah.
deserves it.
Fatu that.
I low-key think he about to beat the dog out of LA Knight, bro.
He is.
Yeah. Small werewolf about to come out there and crash.
Yeah, I think he deserved that push, bro. Like, he too good of a wrestler to not get this push.
I think within a year and a half, he gonna be fighting
Main
for
card.
world titles.
For
Yeah.
sure.
He that type of guy.
The women's championship. I'm excited for this. I feel like they're gonna let me down and have Charlotte win it, but Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair.
I think Charlotte gonna win it, but I think Tiffy should. Tiffy Time, she deserves it, man. This need to be that little pass in the torch type thing. In my
But
opinion.
it's Charlotte Flair though. She don't do that.
I don't care. Like, who cares about Charlotte? Like,
Charlotte,
Charlotte used
she
to
not
be,
a torch. I know you.
Charlotte used
like,
to be amazing.
You
but
saying that is kind of surprising me, because I know you love Charlotte Flair.
I do, because I really do love her. Like, what she used to do in the ring.
Yeah.
But I feel like right now, pass it, bro. Like, get the sticks up.
Agreed. I know a lot of people really hated her during that run from like 2015 to like 2022 maybe. I thought she had really good ring work. She had built up one of the better characters in the women's division. But it is like you have to help create other stars to keep the business alive. And Tiffany Stratton is one of those stars.
Yeah, and she's very over. People love her.
Very. And she's cooking her on the mic.
Man,
Bad.
hey. And you can tell it got a little real too,
Yeah.
because I think they had a script. Tiffany was just cooking her and
Exactly.
getting a better crowd reaction, so Charlotte went off script.
Right.
So Tiffany was like, all right, bet. I was waiting for this. And she went off script even harder.
That divorce thing was crazy.
Yes.
I'm like, damn.
And like, so I heard that when they were going off script, and then you remember how Tiffany left the ring a little early.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was because I think she said she just had to leave because she was about to get like really federal and really get on her ass.
Nah, they really gonna box there. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, nah.
Like you can see it in Charlotte, like she was really walking up on her.
No,
bro.
and it was like,
Like, oh, whoa.
and we seen Charlotte wild out before.
Yeah,
with
no,
Nia
her and Nia
Jax,
Jax, like
they was
I was
really
just watching that clip like a couple hours ago. They were actually in the ring fighting, bro.
Actually.
Like that wasn't a part of the match. They were probably in the back like, whoa, ref, get them to calm down. But I think that's why Tiffany left the ring. Like, so I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this match. But main event, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins for the custody of Paul Heyman.
I tell you right now, I don't think Roman or CM Punk gonna walk out with Paul.
Seth,
No, bro. No.
I like that though. Actually, I really like that.
I
I think Seth is gonna win. Actually,
hope he
no.
don't, bro.
I think they give CM Punk his main event moment. Whoa.
Like CM Punk, yeah, I love CM Punk, but I want my chocolate cheese. Come on, bro. Give it to him, man. I'm tired of him getting betrayed, man. It's just, I keep having it to my dog.
Bro.
I'm gonna cry.
Roman can stand to lose. He just had the belt for 8 years, dude. It's cool, bro. It's all right.
Bro. He just lost, bro.
No, but for real, like, why everybody keep playing with his heart, man?
That's what I'm saying.
It was.
I would never do that to you.
I would never do that.
Never.
I got my finger in the air right now.
I would never. I acknowledge. Never mind. Let me stop for a I go a little too far.
But like, in this match, I want to see. I want to see CM Punk walk away because I feel like he deserves the dub WrestleMania main event moment. I just never been a fan of Seth like that, so I'm not really super motivated to see him get a dub. I don't know how you push him after that, and what does he look like as a Paul Heyman guy? I don't know, but I feel like CM Punk deserves the win because, in all honesty, this is the main event, but it's not the main event of the weekend, and that's the spot he wanted. And I feel like now you need to start building him towards next WrestleMania. Yeah. Getting that world championship in the main event of WrestleMania.
Y'all see what they've been saying about Seth and The Rock? Like,
no.
They've been like showing outfits that Seth been wearing, and like they're very similar to some of the things The Rock used to wear. And they saying like Seth sold his soul too, or whatever, to The Rock.
That's low key.
I think
that's a real possibility.
I think that's gonna set up The Rock versus Roman. In my opinion,
so.
That might set up The Rock versus Roman.
Because we're definitely getting that match. Like. We know it's going to happen.
And then you get a little stable with John Cena, Seth Rollins, The Rock. That's cool. I like that. I
can see it. I think Seth is going to win.
Unfortunately.
Honestly.
Why unfortunately?
You got to stop with that, unfortunately, man. I love Seth.
Granted, he ain't pre-ACL Seth, but still, that boy still a dog.
A, he's not my tribal chief.
You right.
And B.
You right.
B, he not CM Punk. And so I just like, he's the worst option of all three to win this match. And I guess, if it has to happen, it has to happen.
Yeah, that chair shot to Roman back must have really messed you. It messed me up too.
It did.
I can understand
it did.
Hate,
Watch your back, Seth.
I was a Seth fan. I liked him during the Authority. Like, obviously, I booed him, but I liked his work.
Right.
Man, tough.
Y'all know Dean Ambrose is my favorite out of the Shield.
He tough.
They need to bring him back.
It's time.
Yeah, it won't happen. At least not for a while.
We said the same thing about Punk.
I know. That's why I think it will happen.
I think he just signed an extension.
Yeah, I think he signed an extension, and he's like the face of AEW.
Yeah. Which
if he comes to,
if
he comes to WWE, he's gonna be like
they getting a little too wild over there, bro.
Bumps is crazy.
They sticking real screwdrivers in people's backs.
Yeah, it's because they trying to get the shock factor, bro.
It's not.
People don't really like that kind of wrestling anymore. It's not 2003.
Bro, they are stabbing each other. Like, what are we doing?
Y'all are not ECW, bro.
He signed through 2027.
You have to wait till Royal Rumble 2028, bro.
We're gonna hear that.
I'm ready. Promise you, I'm ready. I'm gonna be up.
I might that beater too.
I might have beater on some jeans on myself and wrap my hands up. Let's talk about night 2 though. AJ Styles and Logan Paul. I don't really care about this match because I know they're gonna have Logan Paul win. And I know I'm gonna be mad. So let's just get right past that one.
Yeah, bro. I don't even want to predict that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Women's Tag Team Championship. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez against Bayley and Liva Valkyria. I think Judgment Day wins this one.
Yeah. I think it's time to start having conversations about Bayley. I'm starting not to like her, bro.
Okay. I never have.
I'm get her out.
Even when she was in NXT, I didn't understand why people love the Bayley hugs so much.
Yeah, bro, get Bayley out. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
never been a fan.
Tired of watching this. Get her out.
And Liva Valkyria, she's cool. She definitely still needs some time to really work up, but I can see the potential.
Yeah, she one of them young.
Yeah, but Raquel Rodriguez is a great wrestler, and then Liv Morgan. is different.
I'm gonna have my shirt on for that match.
Might start barking.
I will start barking.
Get the Braun Baker in the building.
Speaking of, what do they call 5-way matches? I don't know. 5-way.
Yeah.
You got Braun Breaker defending his IC title against Penta. Oh, wait, no. It's a fatal 4-way. Yeah, it's a fatal 4-way. Against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. I think he retains.
I think
honestly,
this match can cook. I ain't gonna lie.
That's going to cook.
Oh, it will. I think it will. Because Dominic Mysterio is a good wrestler.
He is.
Now,
He is.
when he started, he really wasn't. But the past 2
He can
years,
wrestle,
he's
bro.
been wrestling pretty well. Taking some good spots. Like, when he finally makes that face turn, that's going to be great. That's going to be good watching.
I'm excited for him.
I'm ready for that. But
Penta?
I like Penta. I like him a lot. I'm tired of Finn Balor being in the mid card, though.
Oh, hold on.
Finn Balor is a main card type wrestler, man.
Oh, you saying you tired of him in the mid card?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I'm not tired of him being in matches or whatever. No, I'm tired of him being mid card, bro.
I'm his
He
demon fan.
Yeah,
He need to be fighting
back.
for world title. He deserves it.
Like, if I was him, I would just leave, bro. I'm not a mid carder, Triple H. Like, the main card roster is great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you got Roman, CM Punk, Seth, Cody, John Cena, all of them. Throw Finn Balor in the mix. Y'all can write something.
I guarantee you can.
Like, if y'all were to give Seth a belt, do you have Finn Balor come back and be like, hey, man, your career path is only because I got hurt or something like that? Because low key.
It's true. It's
Low
true.
key. But yeah, I think Braun retains, honestly. I think they let him hold that belt for a while. I mean, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. I mean, it'll probably be a good match, but I don't care.
For real.
Cool. Great way to advance the card.
I think they're
guess.
gonna give it to Drew. I don't care.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't care.
It's not for a belt or nothing. Like,
Right.
Y'all could have went on night one, to be honest.
Kickoff show.
y'all could have fought at SmackDown on Friday. Like, cool. This is definitely the thumbs up picture. But like, don't get me wrong, it'll be a good match because both of them are good wrestlers. But
They could have switched this with like Jay and Gunter or something.
Yeah.
I don't care to watch this on night 2. I ain't gonna lie.
cool.
Nice.
The women's world championship triple threat. This match will
Ooh,
definitely
that's
cook.
gonna cook.
Honestly,
That's gonna cook.
I would have had this as a main event for night 1. I get making the Roman Seth CM Punk triple threat the main event because I mean that is a main event worthy match, even though it's not for a belt, which is a whole nother thing that I'm mad about.
Yeah.
But this triple threat will definitely cook. Io Sky defending against Bianca and Rhea. I genuinely don't know who's gonna win this one.
Genuinely.
I think Bianca gonna get it. I don't know why she been getting booed lately, but I'm not liking it. But I think Bianca gonna get it. I swear, if they give it to Rhea, I'm turning the TV off. Like,
You don't like Rhea?
I do.
Or you just
but
tired of it?
They give it like,
I mean, I feel that though.
all right, bro, we get it. She good, like, bro.
It's,
Get her on my face.
Yeah, it's getting to that Becky Lynch level.
It's starting to.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like looking at her on my TV, but like, bro, get her on my face. Like, I'm tired of all these championship runs she getting, all this, bro. I don't care.
Yeah, I think that one could go anyway.
Low key,
I'm
I
gonna
hope
predict Bianca though as well.
Io Sky get the dub. Because I don't think fans are expecting it.
Yeah.
Bianca's already had a multitude of world title runs, and they're justified because she's really that good. Rhea, same thing. And so I think everyone's picking one of the two of them. But, like, Io's really like that.
Yeah.
Not probably, the best in-ring performer out of the three. And I just think she deserves that legitimate star status that could come with this type of win.
Yeah. Before we talk about, like, the match, Kevin Owens has to sit out for surgery that he'll have to have. Which, shout out Owens, bro, because apparently it happened, like, early on. Like, I think at the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
But he just kept going. He kept wrestling on it because he didn't think it was that serious. But now my GOAT is out of a match. Do y'all think they'll still have him fight somebody? And if so, do y'all think it'll be somebody currently on the roster? Like, I think Solo is the prediction. Or Aldis.
Yeah, they have been saying that.
But do y'all think somebody comes out of retirement, though? And, like, we get, like, how Cody came back. Like, how it was Seth Rollins versus, random or somebody like that.
I don't know who's available right now.
Rusev.
Oh, he did just resign.
Imagine you heard Rusev Masha. Rusev.
That?
Some Russian shit.
Bring Lana out too.
On everything, bring Lana out too.
That's all I used to look at during his match.
Man, I hated Rusev, but he can pick him.
Don't know how he did it, but he did it.
Oh man, I think Rusev would be great, but I think low key Nick Aldis would be funny, bro. Like I think that would be cool.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie though. Have y'all seen some of his old wrestling?
Nah, he
really ain't look bad.
He really didn't. Him and Pierce. I just think that would be pretty comedic,
Yeah. Yeah, I think a match with Aldis would be cool. A match with Solo would be cool. If they brought Rusev back to fight him, that would be cool. I just want to see my GOAT at Mania.
Facts. He deserves it.
Hear
You don't got a lot of them left.
Yeah. And I'm so ready for Backlash. Because he's on the cover, so obviously he's going to be in a big match.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in St. Louis. I think he's going to fight who I think will win this main event. Undisputed Championship. Cody Rhodes versus heel Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Cena gets, 17?
Yes, he's getting it. He's getting it, and if he don't, I'm gonna beat Cody ass for it.
Watch out on my nightmare, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna be his nightmare. I don't care, bro. My GOAT's getting it, bro. He's getting that 17. He's getting that. Yes. He's getting it.
I think John's gotta win it.
Why you sound so sad saying it though? Like,
my fault, bro. Apologies. I think he gonna get it, but like, I could see Cody retaining, and then them like stringing 17 out, cause that would low key be funny, and just like the bit of making Cena wait.
That would not be funny. Not gonna be funny at all. That would be hurt.
Yeah, as much as it pains me to say it, I think Cena wins it. Takes it from Cody. But I kind of want Cena to win it because it could set up Randy and Cena at Backlash.
I need that match.
And then Randy ties it. And every single Randy Orton John Cena match that's ever happened has cooked. At least 8 out of 10.
Not 10 out.
And Randy got 14, right?
Nah, Randy right there.
15 or 16.
Whatever they need to do.
I think he got 16.
We're up there with him.
They might be tied.
I think so. Randy. Okay. Randy got 14.
14?
I think it would be so fire if somehow they string it out this year and Randy wins some, lose some, and they both end up at 17 in his last match. Or maybe not last match because you got to put the belt on somebody else immediately. Or if you had Orton win it and get 18 and set the record, I feel like that would be a crazy way to end Cena's career. But also justification for Randy, who never left. Like, my dog never left. He stuck around through all them dog days, all the bad runs, all the bad promos.
Go
and all
been
that.
RKOing for 25 straight years.
And I feel like if anyone deserves to have this record, I feel like it's Randy. So,
yeah, I'm excited. That match, like, I think, Rock is going to come out.
absolutely.
Like, obviously, Travis probably going to be out there.
I can't wait till he get his receipt. Because, boy, that smack on Cody was
He said he really ruptured his eardrum.
Yeah.
That smack.
I think, honestly, like, Cody definitely didn't, wasn't too happy about it, but I think he liked it as part of,
Because he fully committed. Like, he's...
Yeah. Because, Cody loved the game.
Yeah. Love to hustle.
Yeah, I'm excited about Mania, bro. Should be a good one.
Yeah.
Before we go, I got to say RIP, Kyron Lacey, man. Check on your people, bro. Because mental health is serious. You never know what's really going on with somebody. So RIP to him. Everybody's saying, but, he's the criminal. Shut up. Just shut up. That's it.
Life is precious. I don't care.
You never know what's going on in somebody's life.
I don't care what the context is. Life is precious.
Just stop talking. But, yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Colin Hoffa show still going strong. 365 days of posting. Over 100 now.
Yeah, we over 100, man. I forgot the date, but, like, we'll check back in soon. I'll let y'all know. But
I'm probably going to have some content out for y'all, too.
Yup.
Just keep checking up at the Buzzer socials.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere you can find it at the Buzzer somehow, some way.
Yup.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Hopefully we enjoy some good basketball this week.